But Daddy, Karma Soy, Daddy, chill.
Would be run anonymously, but they've had it for several days. I agree with John Meacham. I think they've had it in hand, you know, prior to the release of the excerpts of Bob Woodward's book.
Do it then.
Maybe prior to last weekend. So a couple of notes on what the president said, and we've been talking about who the person is. First of all, New York Times talking about how horrible the New York Times spelling the New York Times are enjoying glory days. Their glory days of the 21st century. You look at all the numbers. Washington Post provide doing about as well as anybody could imagine. It's extraordinary, the turnaround at the Washington Post. Also, this is interesting. When we talk, Willie, we were talking about...
Yeah, we gotta join somebody else for it, because this is making me froze.
If you take everything at face value, they are a Republican. They support the tax cuts. They support the regulatory reform, support the judicial nominees. But it's very interesting. One of the tells also that they brought up John McCain.
Everybody's loving Charlie Kirk's style. Did you know never chant the road, baby?
You would talk about what a great
cool, man. I made 2 new belts.
But you would not bring them into the political discussion.
If we go on center,
you would do that, right? But not if you grew up in movement conservatism, because John
I brought a y'all, it gave me a skateboard.
And so it's very interesting, the combination of the person saying I'm a Republican, I love the tax cuts, I love the regulatory reform, I love the judicial nominees, but then bringing in John McCain beyond the service aspect of John McCain and what a hero he was, maybe suggests, to me at least, if there is a tell, and if you can take everything at face value, that this is a Republican, but it's a...
Does it really matter?
Republican, let's just say from the military, sort of military faction of the Trump administration. And there's a big focus in this.
Dang, bro, you're a glitchy gobbler.
Your argument a little bit, but it definitely is a conservative. I mean, there's an entire graph here about the president showing little affinity for ideals long as
who got mad close?
Free minds, free markets, free bets. Talking about how he attacks those things every day, saying this guy's not one of us, effectively.
Right.
I guess the question for me is, does this piece, as an American, make you feel better or worse? Better that there are people on the inside pushing back, or worse when you put this together with Bob Woodward's book about what's actually
he got all the free jerseys.
I think it's both. I think it's both. I mean, it's heartening to know that what we see coming out of the president's mouth is not just being swallowed by the people who work for him and they're running off and doing what he
we
says.
Could join now?
We know that he's not necessarily
okay.
And at times extremely
Daddy, stop.
language and in his tweets. But we're watching
Daddy, chill.
Now for quite some time, being visibly uncomfortable with this president.
You sound
talking quietly. Now, and I think
Daddy, chill.
People are becoming orders. They're hiding things.
I'm the richest in here, bruh.
Helpful given how disappointing this president is. I think it sets an incredibly dangerous precedent for the presidency itself in the United States of America.
Then how you get the most money if you can't buy the skin by yourself? Oh yeah, I forgot you don't want to buy
the recommendations of the civilian head of the armed forces.
I used to spend money on GTA.
It is an illegal order. It is one thing for the President of the United States to say assassinate.
Green Machine don't work no more.
And then Matt is to say okay, and then hang up the phone and ignore him. It's another thing.
Quit draw. I took quit draw.
You can't do that. That's illegal. We get this. This would happen and that would happen. It seems that you have people that are just brushing his orders aside. And while we celebrate that in the age of Trump,
don't you got so many free stuff?
For let's say the 46th president,
no,
47th president, who tells a military leader, don't assassinate the leader, don't cross that boundary, don't fire that missile.
Exactly. That's a great point. And as we said before, we know that the presidency has not changed Donald Trump. The question question as to what extent has he changed the presidency. And the chain of command and the civilian military control of our projections of force is a huge part of this. Now, it is true that Henry Kissinger spent most of his time, and Bob Hall spent most of his time, ignoring
You want me to do that too?
orders from Richard Nixon, like go bomb.
Yo, Karma Sway, you gotta join my court, bruh, cause I keep trying to join it, bruh. I'm filming.
Take out Cronkite's boat on the vineyard. You know.
So y'all gotta join mine.
You know, there were these things, and in fact, there's a great theory about Watergate that in fact somebody just screwed up and actually did what he might have said.
I'm finna use the ugly jump shot then.
So never do that. The next morning, Nixon is like, "You broke into what?"
My jump shot.
No, I meant, you know,
No.
I was just kidding. So there's the madman theory there. So we can sort of chuckle about it, but here's, and we've all heard this.
I really got a ugly jump shot.
And I think that given the stakes, it's safe to repeat.
Who court y'all in?
Pretty clear to me from people who are in a position to know that there has been a shift in the presidential chain of command on military orders in a way that is reminiscent of what Jim Slazinger did.
Bruh, I can't join it.
And if you talk to sober-minded lawmakers and you say in a concerned voice, you know, I'm just really worried this guy might try to do something in a wag-the-dog way. They will say, well, let me tell you, the reason I sleep at night is I know that's not going to happen. Now, that means, I think that the Secretary of Defense has assured everyone that there are checks and balances in place. You're right, though. That's reassuring today, might not be so reassuring tomorrow.
Correct.
We are all LA now.
Yeah. Exactly. I'm in charge.
If you
All
check
right.
the chain of command.
All right, still ahead on Morning. By the way, Trump denied the Assad claims. Still ahead on Morning Joe, we'll be joined by former Secretary of State John Kerry, former CIA Director John Brennan, and independent...
Do you have foot rolling?
Thanks for checking out MSNBC on YouTube, and make sure you subscribe to stay up to date on the day's biggest stories. And you can click on any of the videos around us to watch more from Morning Joe and MSNBC. Thanks so much for watching.
It's great to be here with you, Lawrence, and to talk about your book and about then and now. But I want to start with the book. First of all, where were you in 1968?
Y'all, we gotta go in my court.
In Boston, watching all of this happen.
Nasty. I mean, Karma.
As Frank knows, having read it, is first person.
Karma.
It's a work of history. It's mostly...
We need to join my court.
...that I did not witness, about things that happened in back rooms with Gene McCarthy.
Yeah. Nigga, you think you good because you think your court good, nigga. No, it's not.
All of us who were at least in high school at that time
Yours is.
were at home watching the Democratic Convention and watching all that madness unfold and reading the lips of the mayor of Chicago when he...
This jump shot is ugly.
...thing at Abe Ribicoff...
No, mine's.
...at the podium of the Democratic Convention.
Like, what is this?
Craziness we were all witnessing. We all gathered around our TVs.
This is a new jump shot. Ooh. This jump shot go crazy. I'm finna start selling with this jump shot. Oh my god. I just made a green with it, bro, and it's ugly.
Primary night that began that whole political year for
oh my god.
watching it on TV.
Oh my god.
And I'll never forget, or I used to think that I would never forget, the night Gene McCarthy won.
No, join my court. We both using ugly jump shot. Join my court.
You were in high school and you know, glanced
I sent you a screenshot.
or all the TV coverage. And this is
You want me to?
true. It was decades later. Gene McCarthy came in second. But it was such a strong second against an incumbent Democratic president that he completely...
Do you want me to send you a screenshot?
And shocked Lyndon Johnson to the point where, after Bobby Kennedy got in...
Come on, join my court, bruh.
I went on into my life believing that Gene McCarthy had won the New Hampshire primary. And I was walking down the hallway of the Russell Center office building around 1990.
with your then senior Senator Daniel Patrick Moynihan.
Alright, come on, join my court, join my court.
Some
Join my court.
containing something. And I made a reference.
Yeah, Shamir's scared because we both using ugly jump shots.
And he had
Who?
accepted me in his presence at that point, to the point where he was willing to tolerate this ridiculous mistake. And his only form of correcting it.
He got a glizzy.
And I went back to the office after that and checked. Oh,
What is the jump shot, bruh?
that's how long the aura of the upset in New Hampshire lasted for me. And so a lot of this was first-person witnessing, and then the rest of the book is all digging through the amazing amount of resources we have that tell us that story.
There's some incredible literature about 1968. One thing that interested me, and many things that haven't lived through it myself, but it intrigued me about reading your book and the historical perspective we have now. Gene McCarthy, sort of half.
I'm on my center using the ugly jump shot.
In your heir to Roger Ailes would turn out to be part of the transformation of American politics. Arguably, ultimately played a larger role than McCarthy did over the.
If I make that.
Remind people what you talk about in the book about how Ailes surfaces in 1968, because I think some people don't know.
Well,
I agree for gayness.
But he's in the very first.
You gotta download the 2K app.
For a very good reason. Because in that first sentence of the book, he is meeting Richard Nixon in the makeup chair at the Mike Douglas show, which was the Ellen DeGeneres show of the day. I'm
gonna buy one.
Kind of happy daytime talk show.
Say less.
And have mostly entertainment people coming on, singers.
Okay, bet. You think I'm lying. You two, he think I'm lying. Leave me open.
And Nixon's sitting there in the makeup chair. And Ailes, who's the young
I swear. What is that jumper? That is not ugly. What is you talking about?
Ailes is gearing up for a presidential campaign next year in 1968. And Nixon starts into this thing about, why am I doing this silly entertainment show? I should be on Meet the Press. I should be in serious venues. And Ailes just lights into him. Just goes on and on about everything.
You gotta. It's not on Jump Shot Creator.
Everything Nixon has always gotten wrong.
You got every free jump shot, right? Hannah? It's called Dissy. I'm gonna send you a screenshot of it. Hear me?
Loves it, to his credit, and he wants this guy to come into his campaign and teach him TV and improve his campaign on the TV side. And so Ailes did that. And this is an election that Richard Nixon won by less than 1% of the vote.
Oh my god! Oh my god! You can shoot. Oh my god!
If you just change one thing,
I can't.
could go the other way. And the kind of TV that Ailes invented for Nixon.
Oh my god!
It was a kind of TV that's been used ever since, actually. These kind of fake town halls where we film them and then we cut them into commercials as if this was a real town hall.
That was sus. Hit the plug. That's enough. Outside. Okay. It's Tokyo. My way, I go. You out. That's out. Look out. My house. That's gay, bro. Why my dribble move so fast?
Then, Rupert Murdoch in 1996 gives him Fox News for him to create in his image and likeness, which he did, right down to the personal office behavior behind the camera.
That's out. What is you?
What is you shooting? So then he helps elect George W. Bush.
Quit reaching on me.
We, sitting here tonight, do not know who the President of the United States would be.
Come on, we can't guard each other. Just let you know you can't green with the jump shot.
Donald Trump tonight would still be down on that. What? One other figure you talk about.
I said you can green with the jump shot. What is you talking about?
I feel as I've going back and looking at the records, had a huge impact.
Who is this?
Is George Wallace.
This jump shot ugly.
Eve of a possibly fateful election.
You like, how you agree with that ugly jump shot?
1968. This is from Dan Carter's book about Wallace, biography. Had Wallace carried either
Get that out.
either New Jersey or Ohio,
That jump shot is garbage.
a shift of less than 1% of the vote,
Green!
Ohio from Nixon to Humphrey would have thrown the election into the House. And in 1972, when Wallace ran again, he did even better. He won of the 14 primaries. He won
It's ugly.
Won Wisconsin, which everyone's shocked went for Trump.
Oh my god. Oh my god. It's 8-0.
Really might have beaten the governor. He got more votes in the primary for the nomination.
No, you're not, because it's shooting only.
But it seems to me the Wallace model and a lot of this comes.
I'd give you the jump shot after this, Henry.
Is a lot of the template for Trump, and certainly Trump's support.
What is you doing?
Talk about that a bit, and your thoughts about all that. Yeah, I think that's a really
Imagine.
I think
Oh.
Wallace is one of the
What happened?
Underestimated forces in our.
How long had you been trying to shoot? Because you've been. Okay, finally took you an hour or something.
You wouldn't have been that surprised by outcomes, by voting patterns in Wisconsin.
I agreed 2 times.
George Wallace's 1968 presidential campaign manager told me last year that when he watched Trump
That's actually
listened to Trump campaign, he was listening to George Wallace.
Join my court, YNW.
That was it. For him, there wasn't another Wallace until Trump. And it was all sorts of things, from language. In 67, George Wallace, who has all the Southern segregation.
It's time to green now.
Lost the segregation. The courts had defeated them, and so they could no longer. Wallace, who had said segregation forever in the past, by 67, as he's gearing up to run for president,
That's YNW.
I don't talk about segregation anymore.
I
talk about law and order. And Nixon heard that phrase once, and Nixon adopted that. He was the first Republican to be the law and order candidate. Every Republican
That's out.
has claimed to be the law and order candidate. And that really is an original phrasing of George Wallace.
This jump shot go crazy. I'm gonna start using this.
For the southern states, for them to understand exactly what he meant when he used it. On the campaign trail, that's where the similarities between the two men, not just the candidacies, but the two men, Trump and Wallace, are so vivid. Because Wallace was the first presidential campaign to decide that the opponents, the hecklers in the audience, and he had more than anyone, were the best thing that could happen.
What is you doing?
And so he would go up to Dartmouth in New Hampshire, and he'd give a speech, and the Dartmouth kids would be screaming at him out there in the audience, and he would be yelling back at them and calling them communists and all this. And what Wallace knew was, my voters are going to get to see me treat them.
Hit the plug. As in the outside. Okay. In Tokyo. My way he missed.
To show his voters what a fighter he was. And you cut to 2016.
That was us. Hit the plug. As in the.
They're dragging out the protesters saying, I want to punch him in the face. And that's pure Wallace. And there wasn't one campaign between Wallace and Trump.
That was us. Hit the plug. As in the. Outside. Okay. It's Tokyo.
There was a Wallace rally at Madison Square Garden.
Tokyo.
Outside supporting him.
That was such. Hit the plug. As in the. You know how easy I'm going. Okay, bet we on the paint now. Tell us.
When did you decide to write this book in relation to the last campaign cycle?
Because if we go in the paint, you already know it's game over for you. Quit tripping. You tweaked this game, bruh.
But what was the impulse that made you want to go back to begin with? It simply.
I did not mean to. I swear to God, I tried to shoot from right here.
The last, I guess what I would call long-form writing that I was doing
You own something.
Hour-long drama scripts on the West Wing on NBC, and that just gets you.
Yeah, shut up.
To the drama, and so I was just looking for the best drama I could find in nonfiction, and I wanted to work it in nonfiction, having worked in fiction for 7 years or so.
You can't win, bruh. If you make that, I was finna say.
That's always the best spot. And then
That was sus.
What was the most
Hit the plug. That's enough. Outside. Okay.
unpredictable presidential campaign we had ever had. And that was
You want me to say your screenshot of the jump shot?
It's an absolutely perfectly normal campaign with highly corporatized campaign machinery, the kind of campaign machinery
It's called Dick.
by Richard Nixon. Everyone is the model.
It does. Look, I'm finna send all of y'all a screenshot of it.
Since then, it was a complete. Perfectly normal, kind of factory-issued political player that we've been getting since 1968. You could even say, including that very surprising insurgency on the left side of the Democratic Party, which was simply Bernie Sanders following the path created by Jimmy McCarthy.
Totally, yeah. Tell me what your feeling. When I think back.
Alright, press circle before we go 1v1 with it.
And my own feelings. I'm a little older than you as a freshman in college.
It
was incredibly dramatic, and it was at Harvard, and it was people were within a year would be sort of rioting in Harvard.
Smack it, booty cheeks. I brought a skateboard.
Over McCarthy versus Bobby Kennedy. Yes. Crazy.
Yes, you can.
But the emotion to me of that period seems a lot.
How much you on the bet?
Home for spring break in '68, my freshman year, which was Washington D.C. I was in downtown.
I did. I was just riding around with it when y'all was playing Fortnite.
We got the news that King had been shot, and riots were starting, and tanks appeared as I was driving home. I don't feel.
I'll say y'all screenshot.
A lot of things about this Trump period.
What is you doing?
To have a different tenor than 1968 in terms of 68 feeling more apocalyptic at an emotional level, at least. I mean, to have Kennedy and King both assassinated back to back, as you talk about in the book, seems more powerful at some level than even what's happening now. But maybe I'm wrong. I'm curious to hear.
Well, I completely agree with that. That 1968 was a much darker year than where we are now. Now,
how does the account get banned? Like,
an impossible case to make for anyone who wasn't at least in high school at that time.
I did not mean to, bruh. My dribble.
After the last election day, had conversations like this with our kids, and my daughter was in college at the time, and pretty much everyone in her dorm was crying about this. And I remember talking to her and talking about how it has been worse. I suddenly became the old fuddy-duddy who was saying it used to be worse.
Look at you, talking about me. Shut up.
Talking about Vietnam and the threat that it meant to us. And she listened to all of that and said, okay, she's a history major, so she got it. And she said, but this is our Vietnam. And I think at a basic emotional level and gut level, that is true, and it is certainly true for them. But there's a totally different surface truth to it, which was in 1968 there was a very personal threat, a very, very personal threat.
Of course it do. He got it from me.
And it was about life and death of people who we knew, because my older brothers all had draft cards in their pockets. And they couldn't
what?
They couldn't figure out
what
they were going to do until they understood what was
going
to happen to them in relation to the draft and Vietnam. And
I hold it too long.
From West Point in 1968, he was dead in Vietnam in 90 days.
Cutie.
Military funeral I ever attended.
Who trying to run these? Me, YNW, and Shamir. You trying to do that? Or me, YNW, and Karma Soy?
But nothing quite like a general
no, bruh.
often of his son killed in combat.
I remember that, bruh.
In the life of 1968, My family's Vietnam.
Wait, Shamir, is you and Karma Sway cool still?
16,000 Vietnam soldiers, American soldiers killed in Vietnam who had those funerals. 16,000 in 1968 alone. And just for a statistical comparative framework of the flow of grief and the impact, you have now an
Yo, Green for fun. Are you and Karma Sway cool now? He don't have his account no more.
Mike Tyson is back for the ultimate showdown.
It's sports time, and we all know Trump is a not so busy man, but he does pretend to be busy, and people have been calling him out on it. Now, they've called him out on it because he was originally scheduled to throw the first pitch at a Yankees game next month, but then he tweeted this: "Because of my strong focus on the China virus," he's disgusting, "including scheduled meetings on vaccines, our economy, and much else, I won't be able to be in New York to throw out the opening pitch for the Yankees on August 15th.
It's 12 to 13.
In the season." Okay.
Get that, bro. Quit trying that.
His handling of this pandemic has been a complete and utter disaster. He has done nothing in regard to leadership, the leadership that's been so necessary to get this country through the pandemic. He has completely ignored the economic ramifications of his lack of leadership. He has given out all sorts of misinformation and disinformation when it comes to the pandemic. He discouraged people from wearing masks. He refused to ask the World Health Organization for coronavirus tests early on in the pandemic. He ignored warnings.
No, 8,000.
Finally acknowledged it and did something. He's a disaster. He's not busy. He sits around eating McDonald's, watching cable.
I'm dying. He said these shoes cheap.
Busy. But I don't really care about watching him pitch, so it's not like I'm upset. Like, oh, I want to see Trump.
19 to 14, easy catch-ups.
That would be the utopia I would exist in, but that doesn't exist. So
I know you should have just said Jade account.
Too much according to him, right? But he was free for an entire previous day to play golf in New Jersey with NFL's Brett Favre. We have a fun picture of that.
Green game.
He looks incredibly awkward, as he typically does. And then
but I kept grinning with that though, no cap.
And said, "Brett loves Wisconsin, Mississippi, and Minnesota.
We're not finna do that.
A good golfer hits it long." Are we sure he wasn't talking about Brett Ehrlich? Brett, do you hit it long? I don't even know what that means. Does that mean that you hit the ball far?
Yes, I do.
You're a faggot.
Okay, Brett hits it far or long.
I know that.
More about what's going on with this story. Favre's from Mississippi, but he did play football.
Let me show you how to guard that bomb name.
Where Trump's poll numbers are. Let's take a look.
Name Green for fun.
Actually beating him by 6.4 points in Minnesota.
What is you shooting for? What?
By 11.4 points. I'd love to hear Trump talk about that a little bit. And what is he afraid of? Why aren't there any fans?
You're finna die already.
Why doesn't he want to do
I'm finna take
you know that Donald Trump
Are you sure about that?
If he thought that it
Easy
would
clamps.
Good,
Easy clamps.
Fun. But let's
easy big bees.
During the
Give me my ball. Yes, sir. Pat daddy that ball. Look at you did too.
Okay, so
you did for YNW.
That was a fun moment. Maybe he's scared of that. But remember, because of coronavirus, there are no fans in the stadium. You know, they have those goofy-looking cardboard cutouts, which makes the whole experience super awkward if you ask me.
You want me to get them out for you, YNW, since
he... to avoid pictures like this one, which are awesome. The Photoshop pictures, of course. And then let's show you one. Wait, what? That one of him catching the baseball is real. That's real. Wait, that's a real picture? Yes. I thought that was like 2 days ago. Oh my god, that's so good. That's so good, I get it now. By the way, Brett also photoshopped this awesome picture. That wasn't photoshopped. Wow. Okay. So
Irish.
Again,
It's
like
good.
Project poking fun at him. And then sleeper pick for VP Susan Rice also went after Trump
Irish.
and his manhood and tweeted, "What's the matter, Mr. President? Can't
Granted, I'll give you a piece of bubble gum.
Strike." There's no way she's not getting picked. There we go.
I know, Daddy.
You know what? But I want to show you some real good form. I'm gonna do it. I'm gonna skip ahead to the videos. 79. This is the.
Are you in a 1v1 me on my court?
Who? Trump? No, Trump.
Shoot the ball, you bum.
No, I know. Never mind.
I ain't like missing. You don't always need rebounds.
I don't care if he's 74.
Don't work like that.
Anthony Fauci.
It don't work like that. You see me that green at?
And saying is 79. Fauci. Oh, okay. Yeah. And it was really bad. Like, I'm not gonna lie.
What are you shooting?
And
actually.
I love Anthony
Give me my
Fauci,
rebounds.
so I feel bad saying that it
Where
was
you
bad.
going, boy? Look at you. Look at you, tripping. Tripping on the booties.
The only thing that made me laugh last week. I was in poor spirits. It was a horrible week. And, like, I love that Anthony Fauci still put himself out there.
No, we're not.
I'm proud of him, and thank you for, giving me a little bit of comedic relief over that.
Nobody was playing with.
I do want to show you what
you don't know real.
Like. All right, so I'm gonna go to the next video because I don't know if you guys know this, but I'm very close with some former.
You know Glock Boy real?
Including my husband. Not a big deal. He was a pro baseball player, so he wanted to demonstrate what good form looks like, and so here's what it is.
Irish brick. Oh my god. Yep. Yes, we did. Right. I wonder how you gonna end it right there.
It works fast, relieving pressure,
shut
before you know it. So no one needs to know you've got gas.
Rick. You can't shoot her nothing. That used to be an old TikTok song. No, he mind you, dumb bum. And you don't have access to my court. There you go, Daddy. I want you to shoot it from right there. And you miss. Like, I'm so upset on to you. Look at that. Who, me?
Oh. Who did those baseball transitions? Who made them?
Daddy, chill.
Honestly, I'm not athletic in any way, shape, or form. So Emma, feel free to be brutally honest
Daddy,
about my
chill.
form in this video.
Make this and I'll shut up. Yes, I don't got to. Cause Daddy, chill. Make that and I'll stop. Guess that was never that was true.
Okay, well, you're a little
Daddy, chill. Oh, what?
Like this, and you put a lot of energy behind
Swear on me. Daddy, chill. You're not making that.
I'll tell you why. Because Christian was
Daddy, chill.
With teaching me the right footwork, right? So I
Daddy,
was like,
chill.
so focused on my legs
You're
and
not
my feet,
winning.
and I didn't pay attention to my upper body at all.
He's not winning. What y'all want for the watch shot? Dunk, green.
Okay, wait, hold on. Square. Yeah,
Okay.
I'm like stressed out about my feet.
Irish.
I thought you were checking to see if there were
Oh my god, that was a green too,
Oh,
bruh.
you're supposed to. That was me acting.
That was a green too. Yes, it was. He can't shoot for nothing. You need a new character.
I could talk about football for him because I wanted. I mean,
if I would have made it in his face, he would have been Garbino.
What is Brett Favre doing? But Anna,
Don't think you good because you made one shot on me, Daddy.
You got some athleticism in you. There you go.
Tortino, hot piece of roast. Tortino. I like when you miss that shot.
And then you can throw out the first pitch, and Dodgers.
Why you want to know?
Always dreamed. Yep, number one dream.
I tell you jumper, but you gotta do one thing.
I feel like I could have totally bungled this way worse, and I did an okay job.
You wanna know it?
I don't play sports, guys. I've never pitched a
Hit that face crazy enough. I'll just play. I'm giving it to you.
Softball, but not really. I didn't go to practice. The softball is an underhand pitch. I pitched in softball. Oh, that's right. I was okay.
Guess what, y'all? Portinos, he lit that every day. So like,
sports, but I'm not a very good athlete. That is,
you're gay.
I love watching sports. I'm obsessive about sports. I've already sent the email.
Look at him. He finna try to green, but guess what? His dribble moves
I want to start planning this, even though we may not have
that wasn't even a green. That was a big white.
Speaking of though, Brett Favre, like
that's my dribble moves. You just don't know how to use them. Then every time we do that, we green. I'm just not using my right jump shot. You can ask Karma. He green with it too. You know why? Cut him. Name what? Made what?
Welcome to Stupid. I'm your host, John Hotchkiss. A quick reminder, if you're a new viewer, there are 100 plus episodes of Be Less Stupid.
Chill, Daddy. Daddy, chill.
That's Fatbox.tv.
Daddy, chill. Come on. Y'all don't know what we finna do, do you? Shut up, suck on these big balls and shut up. Yeah, Daddy on the team now. You know what time it is. They dropped him off, bums. Look at us. We going crazy. But that outfit YNW guy, you need to change that, bruh.
I actually dressed like one of the Trump voters. And if they asked what the video was for, I told them that I was a reporter.
I got this. Oh my God.
And nearly all of them.
This what happens when he try to shoot.
That Trump has done that improved their lives was making it okay to use the words pussy and shithole.
Man, I'm passing it to you now. Oh my God, you're garbage. I'm not passing it to you. Clamps. Yeah, but he didn't make that. You're gay. You're garbage.
Oh man, I'm telling you, there's so many things. Lowered taxes.
I'm an Irish right here. Irish. I'm a greener.
Definitely made a change. Tell me, how come you love the president? I just like all the different things he's doing for the country, all the different policies.
I got you, bro. Just don't sell me with that jumper.
Yup. Nearly every Trump voter I spoke to said that.
No, I don't. I got a different one.
Thanks to the tax cuts.
Using our jumper, bro. That jump shot is garbage.
Now, buying the electorate's affection is a political.
Look at him. Talking about me. Shut up. Guard your mans. Right here. Open.
Herbert Hoover promised voters.
Oh my God.
And I believe it was the emperor of the Han Dynasty in China.
Bro, my dribble. I got Gatorade boost now. Shut up. Quit setting screen if I actually screen your dad.
Because Trump was paying them. That at least would make some sense to me. So, I also asked them.
Clamps. Clamps.
My net pay?
Oh my God. My dribble move too fast, boy. You can't lie. I got different dribble moves.
Not big enough for me to notice.
Come on, quick. Stop. You need help. You need to learn my dribble moves if you want my dribble moves.
Wow, a 14% increase. $2,000.
Look at you, guard me. Right there, you open. Don't shoot that.
A few $1,000.
You're garbage.
Trump voters are getting paid, and it's a significant.
Oh, I didn't.
That's why they keep supporting.
Shut up. Quit jinxing it twice. It go in, you bum.
With the golden eggs. Only here's the thing. None of that is true. Trump voters.
Oh my God. We can't let them win, you bum.
No individual taxpayers have gotten thousands of dollars.
Uzi on his
This
account
guy has not gotten 14% more money in his paycheck. These people have not gotten a significant amount of money.
you Jade.
Let's say that some people have gotten
Right here, open.
none of it would ever
And he
pass
greens it.
substantial. Why? Why is none of this possible? Why is it possible for me to say that millions of people got virtually no money? Why can I say with near 100% certainty that
What did you dancing
do
for?
not have a realistic grasp on their finances, that they're perhaps liars, delusional,
What is that?
or being paid by the Koch brothers to spread misinformation? Because individuals won't get the tax
He ain't
until you
Carabino.
file your 2018 tax return
Right here.
in April
Right here.
2019. Meaning,
You need a new guard.
until May or June of 2019.
Yo, it's Carabino.
That's it. It is possible that a few people
Yo, Garbino. He was Garbino.
less federal withholding tax
I got that. Big rebounds,
according to the right-wing
and he miss it.
Tax Policy Center. If you're a single person who makes $30,000 your bi-monthly take-home will increase by $17 or $34.
My cousin was playing on my account. Shut up.
Or substantial.
You can't baby me, Clamps. But he misses. But it somehow came to the green. So you know what that means. Oh my God. I'm sloppy at that. Sauce him up, but he missed it though. Get rebounds on your. Oh my God, you're so. He went flying. That's on my YouTube.
54% of African Americans believe the Democratic Party isn't.
You better get us right here.
It's an issue leading a growing number to rethink their choices at the ballot box.
You're a sack. How you missed that YNW and you was open? You're a sack kid. You're such a sack kid. And you don't guard your man's YNW. But he still make it, so. You see, that's why I said y'all gotta pick me as a third. Look at you. What are you doing? What you doing, boy? What y'all doing, son? Right here. Right here, right here. If you missed that, oh my God, you're sewing. We're winning. You're so. But I make it though. So shut up. You only made 4 points in this. You catch it? Look at him. Brick. Swear. He said elite. You must not. He said elite. I'm done. He said elite. Yeah, it's not elite. It's an all-star. Elite golden. I don't need to, because you're still garbage. Come on, climb up. Shoot that. Shoot that. Yeah, you scared. Go to the cut. And YNW get raped, but he greens it. You really greened that shot. You really. Right here. Right here. Right here. Oh my god, I'm shady. I'm shady like that. You saw that? I'm shady. Big beast. But he still make it. Get brick. Oh my god. Oh my god. You need to guard your mans. That's your mans. Clamps. But he still brick it. Oh my god, you're so garbage. Oh my god. Oh my god, you reaching. You can't shoot for nothing, YNW. You're garbage. He got teams. How he got take? I'm so good. I'm so. Oh my god, I'm shady like that, low. Oh, no, you not. Okay, you sure about that? You sure? Get the hell? I thought you was a big boy in the paint. You gotta let him. Oh my god. Oh my god. Get rebound? You're garbage. You're so garbage. How you let it? Right here, down here. Through the cut. He opens, but he don't pass the ball. Cause he garbage like that. He got on cold like that. Bruh, if you let them win, bruh. If you let them make that, oh man, you're gay. Nasty, I need you on my team. Alright, bro, you could be on somebody else's team. Why you leaving the court? I'm gonna let you get nasty, you bum. Press circle so we could do a 2v2 again, bruh. Let's see if you could get, let's see if you could beat. Mwah, mwah, mwah. You wanted to be on his team. Yes. Nah, bro. God, you wanted to be on. Let him pass it. What did you do? Got you. You can't leave me open. Right here. Right here. Right here. He can't guard me. He can't guard me. Right here. Right here. Right here. He can't guard me. But you can't miss that though. Pass me though. I'm gonna slap you. If I could teleport in 2K, you don't be the first one I slap. Make you go to bed. Shut up. How you letting him beat you like that? I thought he couldn't guard you. You can't guard him. Who wanna do a hand job for him? Look at you. Try to baby me. Glimpse. But he misses.
And that's fair. People understand that.
Says Goldman Sachs lackey Steve Mnuchin, sure, because that's fifty which would mostly be covered by the states, not the federal government, the Trump administration, in which the Republican Senate Finance Committee.
You better shoot that on me, son. Hey, what are you what is you using?
Pro-Trump one, presumably, places an insane burden on state governments that are already overwhelmed.
And he greens, but it missed.
All while overhauling their entire system in the middle
Oh my
of the
god.
to cover payments.
Oh my god, what is y'all doing? Oh my god, y'all on S game mode. What is y'all doing? No dance. He jumping. You can't baby me, son. He misses and air balls. That's out. Bakeries on us. Bakeries on us.
$200 per week instead of $600.
And he green. Okay.
When combined with state programs, which usually covers around 45% of higher wages, but without overhauling the entire system,
yes, it is. And it's a good team, Nasty.
And at least with the standard Republican idea of reducing.
If I had my big man and me and Nasty was on team, y'all finna die.
From 600, Democrats could feasibly find a compromise.
Go back.
And
he shoot.
Move it to $400 or $300 because.
But Karma's way never shoot.
Whether or not there's a Republican president.
You cannot cross nobody, bro. You need to saw somebody up.
Republicans control the Senate, so the HEROES Act as it's stood.
Shut up. At least I'm not cold.
Extension of $600.
Big ribs on me. Big ribs on me.
Even though that's what Democrats actually want, and that's the same thing to do. But also the more sane.
Right here, open.
It doesn't
right here.
An already
Come on, you can't be doing that on us, bruh.
Just to save a few dollars, like the resentment.
They cold, bruh. You cold too, bruh. You can. Garbage. You know what? I'm gonna actually lean go get.
Maybe impossible. Just to make sure a tiny.
He shooting, but it missed.
Don't get a little bit more than the 70% they should be allocated. State unemployment offices.
Oh, come on, try to sauce me up. Try to sauce me up.
And there were another 1.4 million claims last week.
At least I want to be in LE Chopper, you bum.
For months to obtain their benefits, and in some states have even camped outside employment offices overnight to be first in line for help. The $600 per week bonus was chosen for.
I'm going in like that. I'm shady, bruh.
Has proven tremendously difficult for states to implement as the nation's unemployment rate spiked to 15%.
I'm shady.
Asking states to overhaul their insurance systems in the middle of a pandemic.
You're garbage.
When states shift to a new system and they dump beneficiaries and miss payments.
That's gay. What are you doing? Oh my god, you on edge game mode.
But no matter if we reduce on
boy, listen, I wanna be NLE Chopper, you bum. Right here. Why you don't have a
what are we doing? The pandemic is raging. We are still.
Shut up, bro. You keep trying to shoot. You keep trying to shoot mid range. You keep trying to shoot mid range, so shut up, bum. Wait. No, you're not. I got 2 points. You only got 4. So I'm carrying you. You must be dumb. Lower is better. Higher is dumb.
Nor the Trump campaign has received any information from foreign groups, foreign nationals, about either Joe Biden or his family. And can you state publicly that neither the administration nor the campaign will accept foreign assistance?
Chris, that's a silly question. I mean,
You was garbage.
Foreign assistance for the Clinton campaign 4 years ago. I mean, the entire shady
You was actually right here. Open.
We're going to go and beat Joe Biden fair and square here. Absolutely.
Oh my God, I'm grinning like that. I'm shady.
Running mates and Senator Duckworth and
Oh, big boy Grand Sailor.
4
Let me
years
sauce
ago,
them
it was
up.
the Democrats who took foreign assistance.
But can you flatly state that the Trump campaign and the administration will not accept foreign assistance this time?
Chris, I said that's an absolutely silly
You're not finna sauce me up, bruh.
I'm asking for an answer. It's a yes or no question, Jason.
Me, come on.
There is no foreign assistance that's happening in this campaign.
Where you going?
To make sure that the Democrats aren't going to do what they tried to pull 4 years ago, because that's exactly, they're going to try to find every possible way to cheat and steal this election.
Right here.
3 times.
Right here.
Trump advisor Jason
Oh my God, bruh. Why you ball hogging?
this election, and 3 times he refuses to say no. He did, however, manage to bring up who else? The Clintons. So if you had blamed Hillary within
Alright, I'm finna actually sauce him up. Come on.
then congratulations.
Look at you. Where you going? Where? Look at my.
By Jason Miller's own claim, it was so bad that Hillary
But
supposedly put
oh my God. Oh my. Right here.
Didn't get to that. Then why not simply say that accepting foreign assistance in the election is bad? It's bad enough for Miller to use it to attack Clinton, and yet in the same breath,
you're garbage. Actually, you let him dunk on you?
Standard, but yeah, no, there's a double standard. By the way, I do want to mention that the Steele dossier wasn't a Democratic effort to get the U.S. firm that was hired to provide opposition research on Trump was contracted by the conservative political website
Look at him.
Washington Free Beacon. The Clinton
okay, I'm under.
That firm separately 6 months later, and Fusion GPS subcontracted Steele's firm in the UK to compile the dossier without the DNC knowing that they subcontracted.
What?
Christopher Steele himself also
Oh no!
didn't know that
Right here.
was the recipient of his research when he began his work. But none of that is going to stop Trump.
You're so like pout the ball. You're ball hogging.
But getting back to Chris Wallace's question, it's telling.
No, I do not. Good, you don't see. Okay, remember that.
Not that they won't accept it.
I'm gonna say in the paint every time you get ball.
Tell you everything you need to know. That the Trump campaign is so blatantly unwilling to disavow foreign assistance that they physically cannot bring themselves to say that they will not accept foreign help. And by the way, it's not just Jason Miller. Even during his testimony for Congress, it took Bill Barr, the Attorney General of the United States, America's top law enforcement officer.
I don't care about your little cousin.
Even utter the words,
You garbino.
Is it ever appropriate, sir, for the president to solicit or accept foreign assistance to an election?
Depends what kind of
What is you shooting? You're worse than YNW. We're not gonna lose to them. Trust me.
No, it's not appropriate.
You talking about me and I was.
It is illegal. And the fact that it took Bill Barr all that time to concede that much should be all the proof you need that this campaign is
What?
following the law when it comes to accepting foreign help. If they weren't relying on it, they would have zero problem disavowing it.
I have my other jump shot on. Alright, let me.
Fumble over themselves to disavow foreign help to know that this administration is more than willing to accept it. Trump was impeached for seeking dirt on Joe Biden from Ukraine. He was the subject of
I'll let one of y'all use my account.
Outlining the ways his campaign cooperated with Russia to
Nah, you dumb bum.
Trump just commuted the sentence.
I got you, YNW. I press circle. You and Nasty.
Russia stole from the DNC and Hillary's campaign manager in a hack.
Come on.
We found out that the Trump-appointed U.S. ambassador to Brazil had asked Brazilian officials to lower ethanol tariffs.
Come on, bruh.
When corresponding with Brazilian officials, the ambassador literally
He's
said that
he's
it was
scared.
the government to do the U.S. a favor. He literally used the word favor. Now, where have we heard that word before? So look, whether it's Jason Miller or Bill Barr or Trump himself, we already know that these people will say whatever they need to say to skate by, and that they're not going to let anything like shame or the law get in the way of doing whatever is humanly possible to get Trump reelected. The only difference now is that we know Trump is going to cheat, and that whatever scheme he cooks up isn't going to have the impact that they think it will. And don't forget to listen to my podcast, No Lie with Brian Tyler Cohen, where I'll take a deep dive into the biggest issues of the week and interview major players in the world of politics, like Adam Schiff, Nancy Pelosi, Beto O'Rourke, Eric
Leave Shamir, bruh.
and more. Again,
Shamir, quit tripping, bruh. You're not gonna be on my team.
After serving about 10 years
Bruh.
of a life sentence for
You're not gonna be on my team.
for 5 different murders.
Quit.
John Gotti was the
No,
boss
you're
of
not.
the Gambino crime family in the mafia. But before he died, while he was still in federal prison, one of the things that John Gotti got to enjoy as a
He can't leave. He can't leave.
was that he had fairly regular visits with members of his family. And because those conversations were monitored by prison authorities, and his not just audio.
Yo, I ain't gonna shoot none. I'll let you shoot by yourself, bruh.
We can now, for the ages, see in living color.
I got a different jump shot on, bruh. I give you the ball all day.
Not just the movie idea or the comic book idea of what gangsters are like. With the Gotti prison tapes...
Look at you talking about me.
And he's exactly as charming as you might expect. Not just in dealing with his peers in crime, but in dealing with his immediate family members, too. For example, this is how he spoke to his...
Oh my God. Oh my God. Oh my...
The grandson told him that his career plans were to become a professional athlete. This is how his grandfather responded.
You be tweaking the game, like... How? Y'all been on this... What are you tripping?
Let me tell you something about that.
Oh,
Let me tell you something about basketball players and
rebounds. Oh. Bruh, play, bruh. It's all good. Right here, right here.
You gotta take steroids. You must take steroids. And anybody that takes steroids is a garbage
He keeps jumping. Right here, right here, right here. Now you want to start playing, Sanchi get... I've been live streaming for 1 hour. Shut up, Bumley. I'm not mad. You mad for nothing. Yeah, oh my God. Oh my God. My bad. I get ball back. What?
That was John Gotti in prison in 1998, swearing at his grandson and sending his grandson away for having temerity to say he wanted to be an athlete. The grandson who had dressed up in a suit and tie to come to see him.
Where you going? My controller broke.
We have tapes of and transcripts.
Oh, you getting excited for 1 point?
John Gotti shared a vote of confidence.
Imagine getting excited for 1 point.
His own son-in-law, a guy named Carmine Agnello.
Got an auditor. Quit being
Agnello
excited.
himself was reportedly not able to visit John Gotti in person because of his own troubles with the criminal law.
I told you I got a different jump shot on.
Gotti from telling his daughter what he thought about her husband.
Right here, that's my hotspot. That's my hotspot.
I will spare you.
Oh my god.
The bleeping gets exhausting. But on
This is easy.
About her husband, quote,
Huh, let me read.
he's gonna get indicted any day. This moron.
Huh, I got it.
Look, you want a prediction?
My bad, yo. They ain't gonna catch up. It's 20 to 2.
2-3 cents he's got gonna be all tied up.
Swear.
Gotti told his daughter about her husband, quote, he's an imbecile. Then Gotti pretended to read a list of imaginary charges.
Y'all is garbage.
Husband, quote, you gotta see the charges. Malicious military. Possession of brain
What
with
you
intent to use.
I swear on me, bum.
That was a reference to the fact that his daughter...
You acting like you good because you going in for layups.
So that was John Gotti saying, in essence, he'd get in trouble someday for a stolen...
No, we're not. We're shooting sometimes. We shot sometimes, so you better shut up.
Was thought to have some sort of mood disorder that resulted in violent rages and for which he took medication.
So, rebounds on you?
In that prison visit,
right here. Right here.
Her husband, he said, quote, is he feeling good?
You.
Not feeling good? Is his medication...
What is that name?
The backseat of the car and think somebody has stolen the steering wheel?
Right here, right here.
Nice. Nice guy. Must be nice for the whole family. That was
right here.
1998, John Gotti, before he died a few years later in prison, berating his daughter about her then husband, his own son.
Look, y'all.
But you know, in some ways,
that should be a name.
John Gotti was a little bit right, at least on one of those.
And he missed.
Because those prison tapes were from 1998. The following year, 1999, a new business opened up in Queens, New York. A new business called Stadium Scrap. It's called Stadium Scrap.
We shady like that.
Stadium Scrap opened its doors in 1999, and they started buying up dead cars and putting them in the crusher, smashing them into hunks of metal, and then selling that metal
to
shredders and scrap dealers. And when Stadium Scrap opened up in 1999, it seemed like every other business...
He went to go cry. Oh, you good, YNW?
Super closely at Stadium Scrap. There was something about that business that was very different compared to other businesses of that type. Stadium Scrap, it turns out, had cameras everywhere.
Like, ain't like it's a 101 and it's a like...
And tilt microwave camera was positioned on a pole approximately 100 yards from the entrance to the business.
He a sellout, bruh.
Of the yard and most of the street. Additionally, a recording device was installed on the yard telephone, and a listening device was installed.
He been selling y'all all the time.
They installed 2 video cameras.
Chill out. It's good, bruh. Just leave, bruh.
Overlooking the salvage yard.
You wanna leave? We ain't the boss of you, bruh.
Regular businesses set up for security purposes. These were cameras and microphones that were hidden, and they were monitored for surveillance purposes because Stadium Scrap, that business that opened up in Queens in 1999, Stadium Scrap, was fake. It was a big, long-running, undercover law enforcement operation. Multiple law enforcement authorities got together and they hatched this plan that they would open up a fake business in Queens, a fake scrap metal and auto salvage business in that part of Queens.
Yo, join me. Y'all join me.
As a sting operation. Because that business sector in that part of New York was generally believed by law enforcement to be all mobbed up. And so they thought they could use a fake business of that kind to try to crack open the organized crime infiltration of those.
He said moto.
So undercover law enforcement officers learned to, I
He said a moto. I'm done.
And car crushers and forklifts and flatbed trucks and all the other stuff. They learned how to do this type of business. They opened up this fake business in early 1999, and they started doing the work. They were buying and selling scrapped autos and scrap metal. They're doing auto salvage. But bingo. As soon as they opened that thing up, instant results. Within a month of them opening up this fake business, Stadium Scrap, within a month of them opening it, in walked, as predicted by John Gotti, in walked John Gotti's son-in-law, Carmine Agnello, the guy who Gotti said was destined to be indicted any day now. according to state and federal prosecutors, this is what happens next. This is from the New York Daily News coverage at the time. Quote, Mr. Agnello and Joe Berger, a 390-pound child
Yo, who we joining?
Jumbo, visited Stadium Scrap and told the undercover cops working
Say
there
less.
that Agnello wanted them to bring their metal to his business instead. This is from the New York Times coverage at the same time. Quote, law enforcement authorities said Agnello gave officers a simple message.
Alright.
Him the crushed cars at artificially low prices.
Okay, he probably don't want PlayStation Plus.
Law enforcement officials said that when the undercover officers refused, Mr. Agnello.
Okay, he still got 2K, but he gonna play 2K. It kicked him out.
Was fake because it was an
Doesn't matter.
Law enforcement operation set up specifically to catch criminals. There were cameras and microphones everywhere that caught all of that. So they were able to lay it all out in the indictment, and in the press releases they were very proudly able to soon put out about the indictments that derived from that case. Quote, on the night of...
People are very scared. They're scared of being evicted. They're scared of losing unemployment. And the Senate has done nothing. May 15th, the House passed the HEROES Act. And they, right now, all of this runs out.
Look what I got. Karma, look.
Scared. Millions have been left worried about how they're going to pay for groceries, their bills, and their rent as Congress lets the $600 a week enhanced unemployment benefit lapse. Congressional leaders have thus far been unable to come to a bipartisan deal, and now, as we see a rise in new coronavirus cases and the potential for a second lockdown, it's more.
You got it. I won it from Antioch. I won it from Antioch.
My next guest paints a grim picture of what could happen if Congress fails to act. She writes, once the downward spiral starts, more job losses lead
I won it from Antioch. From Golden Rush. From Golden Rush, but it's not out no more.
Permanently damages the economy for years to come. Economists say the United States.
Bruh, Y&W, bro, we're not giving you free rep no more, bruh.
With me now is the great Washington Post economics correspondent Heather Long. Heather, there are a couple of different issues you're talking about here, and I want to start with the first one about inequality. The biggest asset most people have.
Where you at?
Even if you don't own a home.
We at the exercise thing. Meet up at Swaz, bruh.
At a slow jog, you're going to come out of it running.
I see you running. I'm right here.
Into it stumbling a little bit, you're going to come out flat.
Bruh, you could get it on your rep. It says, go to the neighborhood. When you press action, then it says Pro 3, you get scooter. Then Pro 1, you get skateboard.
What I'm really worried about this summer and as we head into the fall,
and you all star, so you could get a bike.
Much harder. The federal moratorium
75,000, but I didn't buy it. I got it from India.
What that means is landlords can now send a letter to their renters and say, look, if you're not paying the rent,
look,
I can
hi.
start you out at the end of August.
Hi.
There are eviction courts that are open around the country.
Y'all should have been knowing when Golden Rush was out, cause you could get it.
You could easily see 12 million evictions by October.
I want to point out yet something.
It's on Twitch.
Article that you wrote, and it's not just that recessions are bad for people; they're actually not bad for some people.
Imagine have the speakerphone.
Of the economy that is wealthy.
He definitely got an Android, bruh.
In April, May, and June, at an annualized rate of 15 million, according to seasonally adjusted data.
Him, bruh, he was.
Commerce Department and National Association of Realtors. Meanwhile, 12.6
I don't, bum. You could even ask Shamir. I'll be calling Shamir.
Pulse survey from the U.S. Census. If you have money, and if you
could ask Karma Sway. Karma Sway, do I have a flip phone?
This is a great time to be
exactly. If I do, I wouldn't be able to play INVU, you bum.
Americans, as you point out, are losing their wealth.
Yeah, it's an unprecedented time for housing inequality in this country, and a reminder that this pandemic is hitting people so differently. That basically what's happening is people who still have a job, people who came into this situation with some savings. This is like a bargain hunting housing situation.
You too poor to get one, ain't you? He too poor to.
Lows in the mortgage rate, the more...
Yo, wait, let me ask you something. How you live in a 2-story house, but you can't afford an iPhone?
So basically, the wealthier are going out and they're buying bigger homes right now. You know, homes with yellow.
Then buy an iPhone. No, you too poor.
They can work from home. And at the flip side, we have 12 million Americans who weren't able to pay their rent.
Wait, let me invite y'all to a squad. I know what this play.
Moratorium that has expired, and on top of that, this weekend, as you've reported,
wait.
that $600
Oh yeah, let's play Pro AM.
Unemployment benefit that the federal government has been giving out, that is now gone as well. So we have families that are going from having about $900 a week in unemployment to dropping to $300 or less a week in unemployment. Basic math, you can't...
Yo, everybody else...
Most people can't in this country if they're only getting $300 or less a week.
Yeah.
Heather, thank you for your remarkable reporting on this. I do encourage our viewers to follow
I said less.
and read her
I'm
report.
looking at it on my phone right now.
And it tells you a lot about what's going on in the economy. Heather Long is a Washington Post economics reporter.
Hey there, I'm Chris Hayes from MSNBC.
Yeah, I'm watching you live.
MSNBC on YouTube. If you want to keep up to date with the videos we're putting out, you can...
Yeah. No, it's a... Wait. Wind up, you got to do park, right?
I don't want to see a crooked election. This election will be the most rigged
I don't care.
in history.
Bum, because you're not getting free rep off of any of us.
Commander of conspiracy.
We all said
the latest polls with economic data showing the worst GDP numbers since the Great Depression and the coronavirus raging in many parts of the country. President Trump is baiting the media and the American people with his latest distraction, trying to manipulate and turn attention away from his most recent failures and put doubt on an election night outcome that likely has him on the wrong side of political history. Tweeting, with universal mail-in voting, not absentee voting, which is good, 2020 will be the most inaccurate and fraudulent election in history. It will be a great embarrassment to the USA. Delay the election until people can properly, securely, and safely vote? Question mark, question mark, question mark? Trump's suggestion to delay the election was met with swift and pretty unanimous response from both sides of the political aisle, from election experts and constitutional scholars from across the spectrum of American politics. In a New York Times op-ed, the co-founder of the Federalist Society, writing delaying the election would be unconstitutional, adding that this latest tweet is fascistic and itself grounds for the president's immediate impeachment again by the House of Representatives and his removal from office by the Senate. This is the co-founder of the Federalist Society. There's no space between the Federalist Society and this administration generally. Trump is also tweeting, must know election results on the night of election, not days, months, or even years later. Even years later. That's what's going to happen if you all vote by mail. We're not going to get the results for years. Trump's term is going to end at noon on January 20th, 2020, if he doesn't get reelected.
Line W.
There's no other way around that. That's what the Constitution of the United States says. Trump zeroing in on mail voting is a particular cause of concern during the pandemic. While most experts say that large numbers of mail-in ballots might result in some delay, the process...
I'm delayed, bruh.
A Los Angeles Times op-ed writing that Trump's misinformation campaign could be less successful if Congress and the states took steps to reduce the delay in counting absentee and other ballots. For example, California Governor Gavin Newsom has signed legislation allowing county election officials to start processing mail-in ballots 29 days before the election. Colorado, Hawaii, Oregon, Utah, and Washington send mail-in ballots to every voter. 29 states and Washington, D.C. offer something called no-excuse absentee voting, allowing any voter to request a mail-in ballot, no reason required. 16 states require voters to provide a reason for not being able to cast a ballot in person on Election Day. That's got to change. 8 states actually say that fear of getting coronavirus wouldn't qualify as a reason to get an absentee ballot. According to a recent Reuters article, nearly 1 in 4 voters cast 2016 presidential ballots through vote by mail. Routine methods and the decentralized nature of U.S. elections make it hard to interfere with mailed ballots, according to experts. A study by the Washington Post found that in 2016, more than 135 million votes were cast. There were a total of 4 documented cases of fraud.
No, it's not.
4. Not 40, not 400, not 4,000, not 40,000.
That's not me.
The issue and importance of voter participation was a point that President Obama drove home when speaking at
it's not.
Congressman John Lewis on Thursday in Atlanta.
There are those in power who are doing their darndest.
Daddy Chan.
People from voting by closing polling locations.
Yo, dare park on me, dare park on me. For real. Then y'all join. I need it to myself.
Even undermining the postal service in the run-up to an election.
We don't care.
It's going to be dependent on
I just lying.
so people don't get sick.
Yeah.
All right, I want to talk about this because this is really important to understand what we should be worrying about. Joining me is exactly the person to have this conversation.
You know Pro's sweaty, right?
Let's just dispense of this. I think most Americans know this. The election is going to be held on November 3rd, but there's no way, even if you could, by law, change it, which is possible, there's no extension of the presidency that's going to go on.
Are y'all gonna join my dead park, or y'all gonna be some BUM?
This current term of the presidency ends at noon on January 20th. And
nah, if it's dead, if it's not dead, I get to slap you because you keep lying.
Going to be over. Now, what's going to happen is we are going to have an election on November 3rd.
Y'all should have been up. Y'all should have been up on Golden Rush. Man, I got a skateboard, but I wanted the outfit.
Let's talk about the things we should be worried
What if it's not dead?
We are going to vote by mail, which I think we should, in large numbers. We're going to go from
Say less.
40% of ballots cast in 2016 to, I don't know, 40, 50, 60, 70, maybe 80%. There are actual logistical things to worry about. And there are a lot of states who have mastered the logistics of this. Everybody else is going to get on board with that. But if there's any fear about mail-in voting, it's logistics, not fraud.
Absolutely.
It showed you.
As you pointed out, there have been many, many studies of this. People have looked for this. There are people who want to find evidence that there's been fraud in voting, and they can't find it. Only an infinitesimal number of times over decades of voting with billions of votes cast, there just is no evidence of massive amounts of voter fraud or even any significant amount of voter fraud. That is not what people should be worried about in this election. But you're right, the logistics will be complicated.
Oh, sorry.
Sorry, go ahead.
No, and to that extent, I'm sorry to interrupt you. We have a bit of a delay, but I had a conversation with the Secretary of State from Colorado last night. They've been doing this for about 7 or 8 years, and they've got really, it's like ordering a Domino's pizza. You can see where in the system your ballot is. You can see when it's been received. You can check it the whole way. It's 2020. We can put, we can go to Mars. We can handle the technology associated with mail-in voting.
Absolutely. I mean, we get packages, we track our packages online. It's really not a problem. So I don't think anybody should be worried about that. What we do need to worry about is that, as you've said, in Colorado, in Washington, in Utah, there are states that have been doing this for a long time. The military does it all the time. They're very good at it. They know exactly how to get this done. Other states have to get up to speed. And the number one concern that I have is resources. Congress has not allocated sufficient resources to the states in order to support the amount of resources they're going to need to put in this, because not only will they need to have all the supplies they need to massively ramp up their vote-by-mail operation, but some people will still want to vote in person, and they will need supplies for that. They will need bigger spaces. They will need sanitary supplies to make sure that everybody can do this safely, and they'll need to be able to space people out. So
you keep lying.
They're going to need to hire people. They're going to have trouble hiring people. I would urge anyone out there who is young and healthy and wants to do something for their democracy to volunteer to be a poll worker, because the states are hurting for that too. But my number one priority right now is to see Congress and the President come together and appropriate a lot of money to the states. The Brennan Center has estimated that it would cost $4 billion extra for the states to run the kind of election that they're going to need to run in this emergency. And so far, there's been about $400 million allocated. It is just not enough.
Once you join it, go to the community, go to Now Playing, and find sessions where it's like 4 out of 150, or like 10 out of 150, so it's not empty, but
would actually be a great
what's good, y'all? It is your boy Streams, and I'm bringing you guys another video today, man. So today's video is going to be about how to, like, it's probably, in my opinion, one of the easiest ways to bring up your win percentage and just get easy games over, like, just overall. So a lot of times in this game, people run from comp no matter what it is. If you guys hop on the 2's court, you guys know that this year it's a huge problem when you hop on the court about to play somebody, and the people, like the team on the court will just hop off. And if they do stay on, chances are they're like very high reps. They're like Elite 1s, Elite 2s, Elite 3s, even Legends possibly. you know, there are teams like that that'll stay on and play you, and it's either you don't get a game or you have to play against these teams. So I'm trying to help y'all, bro. I'm trying to help y'all figure out a way to